besties, welcome or welcome back.
I'm heading out to Dollar Tree so I can get some of their really inexpensive books and make some amazing crafts. I can do some hacks with this. Let's go. For this hack, I'm going to use about 15 book pages. I've got some burlap, I've got a little bamboo wreath from the Dollar Tree, and also some burlap that I already had on hand. I'm going to pull the pages out of the book, and then I'm going to trim off where the edges are uneven. I'm going to take each one of these and I'm going to fold them in half, and then I'm going to take the top right corner, fold it over, and the left side, fold it all the way across. I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm not going to cut up on the top part there. I turn this around. I'm going to cut like a petal shape, make sure it stays within that one part, and then open it up, and look at that, you end up with a flower. So here I am again, it's folded. I'm just going to cut a petal shape, open that up, and there you go, there's a flower. If you need to go back and replay that, go right ahead. Now I'm going to cut off 3 petals. I'm going to cut off another one that has 2 petals and 1. So you need exactly what is on the screen here. Go ahead and take a screenshot or stop it and write that down. I'm going to take the top of each petal, I'm going to roll it over with my pencil. I'm also going to cut a little bit between the petals just so they're not so, tight. And I'm going to take this one single petal, roll it up. Then I'm going to take the 2 petals, roll it up. I don't hot glue it. You can use any glue you want. And then I'll do the same thing with the 3 petal, and then I'll put them all inside each other. You know, like those little Russian dolls that nest inside of each other? That's basically what's going to happen. I'm just going to roll up everything and leave the 2 full flowers out and until I get done with the other ones. So I will glue them into each other. So right at the end, you might snip a little piece off the end so it's flatter. Go ahead and put the glue on it, put them inside of each other like I'm doing right here. And then when you get to the last 2 full flowers, take the smaller of the 2 if one is smaller, and you're just going to glue right into the center, that piece that has all those other pieces. And then you're only going to glue the very bottom of each petal so they can still fold outward. See what I'm doing? I'm just putting it way inside and pushing down and folding the petal outward. I'm going to do the same exact thing with this one. Now, once I have that done, I'm going to need 5 of these altogether for this bamboo wreath. It's a smaller wreath. It's not like a 14-inch. It's probably like a 6-inch wreath, I'm guessing. And there's what the flower looks like. Isn't that beautiful? Then I'm going to take the burlap. I'm going to do the same kind of folding and glue the flower right into the burlap. And then I will also put a little glue on each petal of the burlap, just like I did with the last flower. I'm going to glue the very back of the flower and right to the bamboo wreath, and I'm only going to put them on half of the wreath. These little bamboo wreaths are odd shaped, so pick the way it'll look the best with your flowers and give it more of a round look. I took a little piece of twine, just tucked it through the twine that was already on the wreath, made a knot, and pulled it up, and that's my hanger. That little garland I had from the Target dollar spot, I'm just going to cut off each leaf that I need and put them all around the outside or back of the flower so that you see just a glimpse of it. I'm going to do that for the whole side where the flowers are, and look at that, it's so pretty. Such an easy wreath. I love this one. Let me know what you think.
An open heart when your world is a mess. That's the only kind of love, the only kind of love. No need for presents or a fancy dress.
I'm going to take this Dollar Tree house. I recently did a video showing you another hack with those houses. I'll link that down below. I'm going to use my heating tool from Amazon to take that tag off. It really helps a lot with the stickers. And I'm going to use some Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint and my burnt umber apple barrel paint. I'm going to paint the inside and back of the house. I did not need to do the back after all because I decided to cover all the rest with the burnt umber. So now I'm just going to cut the book pages into little teeny pieces and then put some glue or Mod Podge, whatever you want to use, down inside and just start Mod Podging, like going all different directions, all different sizes, and just cover that inside face of the shadow box house. I love doing Mod Podging. It's so fun, and there's so many different ways you can do it. And I think book pages look amazing when you Mod Podge them. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I love having you here, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Okay, now I'm just covering that whole thing in the Mod Podge, and then I'm going to touch up kind of where the corners, where it all meets, the book pages meet the sides. Make sure there wasn't any like white space left, and that just kind of adds to the character of it. I'm also going to dry brush that burnt umber very lightly on the face of this, and just so it looks like that. I've got these little garland pieces from Dollar Tree. Usually use these at Christmas time. If you just take one and wrap it around to fit the size of what you have and twist it, you will have a little mini wreath. And then I took my scissors, gave it a little haircut, which is such a mess, you guys. Oh my gosh, that stuff sticks to everything. Anyway, I'm going to put a little piece of twine in it, and I'm going to hot glue that right to that top peak of the house and hang it. And oh my gosh, this is just such a cute kind of rustic piece. I really like it. I've got these beads that I got on Amazon. They're in my Amazon store too. And they come in all different sizes. And I'm just going to hot glue them. And I'm going to keep them in their raw state. And this turned out so cute. You could put this on a shelf, a riser, wherever you want. I love this one.
An open heart when your world is a mess. That's the only kind of love, the only kind of love. No need for presents or
Dollar Tree has these adorable stickers, and they actually have a little piece of like a sticky thing on the back to raise them up a little bit. I'm going to use that golden white twine from Target, and then the book pages again. On this one, I'm going to use, I want to say, however many pages for each one of those stickers that was on that page. I'm going to use my paper cutter and just make sure the ends are all nice, and then I'm going to fold each piece of paper in half or book page in half and make sure there's writing on the side that's on the front. And there I've got enough for each of the stickers. And we're going to make a cute little banner. So what I'm going to do is see where the sticker will fall, and then I will make a little dot and take a straight edge of something to just cut the bottom of the banner and just draw the lines. And I'm just going to take my scissors and cut that out. That way each piece looks like a little banner piece. And I'll do that for every single one of the book pages. Now you use as many as you need for however many stickers or whatever you're going to put on it. So I'm literally just going to put one on each there. And then there's also a couple of like greenery pictures, and I'll put those on, they'll be on the two ends. Hey, if you haven't visited me over on social media, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Pinterest. I'd love to see you there. All my links are down in the description box. Come over and say hi. There we go. Now I'm just adding those little greenery pieces to the last two, and I'll put those on the ends. And this is just, it's so cute. I don't know what it is about book pages, but they just have kind of like, I don't know if it's a romantic look or just a really like good feeling kind of look. What I'm going to do is lay them out the order I want them in. And then I'm going to take my twine and I'm going to open up, because I haven't glued them together, and put it right there and glue a little dot of glue right in the middle. And then I will close that piece of the banner and put a dot of hot glue right where that little, right there. I don't know what that's called. Anyway, I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to space them apart about an inch or so, and I'm going to do that with the whole thing. And then here we have this really beautiful looking banner, and you can tie a knot on each side, and you can make a slip knot to hang each end of it where however long you need it to be. And that's how big it is as you figure out the space you want to hang it in. Anyway, I absolutely love this one. I hope you love it too.
an open heart when your world is a mess. That's the only kind of love, the only kind of love. No need for presents or
I bought a couple packages of these little plant starters from the Dollar Tree. Got a book, of course, and I just was thinking, what could I do with these? So I put two together just to make it a little sturdier because they're super soft, but you get a lot for $1.25. I'm going to take my pencil and roll up a book page and hot glue the start of it, and then roll it all the way down while it's still on the pencil, and then I'll hot glue the very end of it. And then because I didn't glue it to the pencil, it just pulls right off. So I made as many of those as I would need to wrap around this plant starter. So now I'm going to kind of measure it and see if, they're too tall. So I'm going to cut them down. I'm going to have one to start, and that'll be my guide for cutting all of the rest of them. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So there they are, and then I'm going to hot glue them to the sides. Now, because this thing is wider at the top than the bottom, they don't all lay perfectly, but I thought, that kind of adds to the charm. So I'm going to go with it. So some will be a little not sideways, a little tilted, angled, some will be straight up. But in the end, I really love the way it looks. So I'm going to just go ahead and hot glue them all the way around this little plant starter. You could do this with a jar. You could do this with another vase, whatever you want. See how it looks? And then I'm going to take my burnt umber paint, and I'm going to go over those top where I cut the books, or just where the book ends, and just do some dry brushing, and it gives it a little more rustic look, I think. And I'm going to do the same exact thing on the bottom, but I'm also going to paint the bottom because it's sort of a terracotta color. I'm going to paint the whole thing with that brown burnt umber because the inside of the plant starter already is brown. So I figured that just makes it look like it belongs. Super easy. I mean, honestly, this is so easy. You don't even have to do it perfectly. That's the beauty of it. It has more character when you kind of don't make it perfect, I think. Now Now that it's all done and dried, I'm going to take these carnations and these evergreen picks I got on Amazon. I'm going to put a couple plastic bags inside to space it so it's not as deep. And I'm just going to place the flowers that I snipped off that pick right in there. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. It's good to do things in odd numbers, I've been told, so I'm trying to do that. And then I'm just going to add my 2 evergreen picks, and it's so cute, but I do want to make sure you can't see inside. So I'm going to take another one of those little garland picks that I was using before from Dollar Tree. I'm going to wrap it around the inside of that little plant starter, and then you will only see that and you can't see inside. And that just takes care of it. I didn't think like moss would look good in there this time because it's kind of a winter type thing, but I think this works perfectly. And look how cute that is, and it just looks beautiful.
An open heart when your world is a mess. That's the only kind of love, the only kind of love. No need for presents or a fancy.
I've got this jar. I was just emptied out after we used something. You don't have to use a jar like that. You can buy a little thing at Dollar Tree, anything you want. It just needs to be see-through. That's the key. I'm going to take a piece of masking tape right through the center and just tape it all the way around right there in the center or middle of that little jar. Once I have that on, I'm going to take some Mod Podge. I'm going to start laying it down on the top and bottom of that piece of tape. And I'm just going to start tearing up pieces of book pages until I cover both sides of that tape. And I'm just going to keep adding more Mod Podge and adding more pieces. And they can go any direction, any size, as long as they fit on those spaces. So there you go. And then I'm going to slowly tear off the tape, add a bunch more Mod Podge to make sure that thing is really sealed. And I'm going to only put the Mod Podge over the book pages, and I realize it'll get on the glass. So I'm going to take my little scraper. You can use blade, whatever you have. It has to be sharp, and just scrape it all off. And there it is. And now I'm going to take some twine from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to put a little hot glue and start wrapping around the top where the threads of the jar are. And I just hot glue it every so often to make sure it stays in place. You don't have to hot glue every part of it, but just every so often. I'm going to do it all the way up to the top of the jar. Once that's done, then I'm going to make a cute little bow with multiple loops. So see what I'm doing? I'm just wrapping it around my fingers, and then I'll cut it off, and I leave tails on it. So I'm going to hold it in the middle. You see how I've got the tails? I'm going to hot glue the tails down. And then there I've got my little bow. I'm going to hot glue that right to the top of the jar where the twine is. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim my tails down just a little bit. I ordered these fairy lights on Amazon, and I'm going to put those in there. I also cut up a little winter pick just to get some greenery. Teeny little pieces, just put a couple on each side with the hot glue. I just felt like it needed a little color. And then I'm going to turn those lights on. They come with batteries. That's why I love them so much. And I'm going to place it right down in there. And it's so pretty. And it would look so cute up on a shelf or on a tier tray or anywhere you want to put it.
An open heart when your world is a mess. That's the only kind of love, the only kind of love. No need for presents or a fan.
Well, that's it for today. Be sure to let me know which one was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and I want you to know that you, yes, you are truly a blessing to me. Got another video on the screen. I think you're going to like it. I hope you click on it and watch it next, and if you do, I will see you there. Bye.